afternoon, everyone, and welcome again to a new episode, number 44.
Number 44 it is now.
Climbing to 52.
Right?
Yes, slowly. Got other 6 to go before we do number 52. That will be a special one again.
Yeah. I was trying to do some arithmetic in my head,
Yes.
It wasn't working.
So we've got quite a few people already joining us today.
Good stuff. Excellent.
So a new afternoon here. And
It's a cold one too.
it's getting winter.
Mm.
So Melbourne is actually really busy today. The shop is full, which is really good feel actually.
Yes.
But definitely cold. And we're still in
Yeah.
t-shirts.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'm not a fan of the cold, but we do what we have to do.
We'll have to make some jumpers for winter soon.
Yes.
Otherwise it's going to be freezing in
I'll
t-shirts.
just start knitting right now.
Yeah, knitting. All right.
Yes.
So BJ's gonna take up knitting for winter as a winter hobby.
Am I? Okay.
Looks like.
We'll give it a go.
Good. So hello Rob, Tony's here. Welcome
Hello.
everyone. So as usual, we have this car. So this is this is
spectacular,
special.
isn't
This
it?
is spectacular.
Yep.
Bit unusual,
Mm.
bit different. I think it's gonna be hard to guess this one actually.
Well, it's probably one of the logos is going to be showing, so I think it's going to be easy, but getting the model is going to be really hard.
Yes, I think so. It's
It's-
got
it's
some
such a-
modifications to.
It's really out there, this one.
This is
Yeah.
pretty full on. Brand new model that we just received last week,
Yes.
and something different. We haven't had this kind of style car in stock before, so it's the first of slightly different range. So hopefully you like it, but start guessing.
Yes.
Let's see what we get to.
Mm.
So let's see. We don't have anything to talk about today, isn't it?
No, nothing at all.
So
we're
we're
just
waiting
going to
for
stand here.
everyone here to come with some questions,
Yes.
and then we can start.
Absolutely.
So,
Yeah.
Let's see.
So
Let's
let's start off fresh. Anyone who's got any question at all,
Yes.
we can always run out into the shop, grab something, start answering something ad lib right now. If you want to know, more about us, more about any product, more about
Yes.
new stuff,
Definitely.
hit us up.
Definitely.
Yep,
So anyway, we got something to talk about, do we?
we've got some stuff.
I'm waiting for Brett to come online because I think we'll need his help if he's around.
Yes,
We can do
definitely. We need
some
some technical expertise.
technical expertise on how to test an electric motor, but
Yes.
we may get to that if Brett comes online. So,
Yes.
and then we'll have what else do we have here? We got some puzzles, some UGEARS.
Yes, bits of everything.
Some of those actually.
Yes.
Mini Z,
Yep.
and because it's Tom's Mini Z, we could probably drift it on the table.
Why not? I did it before.
Yes. So, we got some GRP tires.
Yes.
Some KATO trains, so
Yes.
we can get started here.
Mm.
But meanwhile, we have a motor question already in relation
Yay.
to
Yep.
Hobby Wing G3 crawler motors. I think I actually read about the release of those.
I don't know anything about them.
But I yet haven't seen much from our suppliers, so it doesn't mean they're not out yet. But I will look into that. We'll probably report back next week actually.
It's brand spanking new, is it?
I believe so, yes. So Matt, if you have any more information, if you've seen them around, as you know, there's so much product coming through, and we may have missed those, but I'm aware of them, but not
Okay.
yet here.
We'll get ready for the next one with that one.
Hobby Wing has been investing heavily into crawling, so they've done the Axie system, was probably a year and a half ago. This actually has a much more advanced way of sensoring the motor, which is
Yep.
much smoother, specifically at low speed.
Well, that's a hard thing of brushless motors, isn't it? Is the
Absolutely.
cogging when it comes into it and knowing which
Absolutely.
way it's meant to go.
So very, very advanced, super smooth.
Yep.
And then they've done the Fusion, I think it's called, is the 2-in-1 motor and speed controller for crawlers,
Yes.
which is really nice.
You used one of them, didn't you?
I have used one of those, and we have put one onto the 6x6 limited edition that we did.
Yes.
So Hobby Wing definitely someone to look out for as for crawlers. So definitely,
Yep.
so that it's a growing industry.
Mhm.
And Daniel is asking if there is any Mini Z racing around Melbourne. Yes, I think there are quite a few places now racing them.
There are. They're sort of small groups, aren't
Yes,
they? So
definitely.
I guess we could try and find out where you get into contact with everyone.
Definitely.
Yeah.
There's near the Hobbyman. There's a few guys. They have some racing events.
Mhm.
I know them because I've been talking to them a few times. I don't know
Yep.
whether it's open to the public type event, but I guess Facebook may have a few groups as well. There's a couple of places. We'll find out. I guess we should do a post on Facebook next week.
Yeah, we
with
should
more
do.
info.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely.
I mean, if it gets really, really big, we could consider organising something ourselves as well.
I think so. We've been looking at some empty places in the city. Why
Yeah.
not? There will be some space up there to do a big event. So
Imagine that. Go to a place in the city, get some pizza from around the corner,
that's it.
sit around,
Race.
drive your cars, eat
And
some
race.
good pizza. Yeah.
I'm in for the pizza.
Yeah, you love your pizza.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I'm sure you know that. Okay, Tony suggesting the Q library on Saturday from 2 p.m.
Oh,
Here
that
we go.
sounds about right, doesn't it?
That's it. I thought it was something up there,
I
really.
think they've been running there. Well, they've been running in a library in the east for a
Forever.
long, long time.
Yeah, definitely. definitely. So.
Okay, good. Excellent info. Thanks, Tony.
Very good. Thank you, Tony. Wait, so Matt, you suggesting that the G3 motor have a better response. So
Right. Okay.
So they're brushless, censored.
Yep.
Yeah, we definitely good suggestion. Suggest we could have a look at them. I'm wondering if they're part of this AXI type system, like different, an evolution of that or a continuation of that, because that system does require the use of a specific speed controller, I believe. So they have to be matched.
Yep.
So maybe they produce something which responds really well at low speed, but can be used with a traditional brushless speed controller. So we'll have a look at it, and we'll put it on the list for this week, and we'll do another post on that.
Sure.
Good idea. Great. So, where should we start from? I think we should start from traditional cars. Look at this.
Well, we've got a classic here, and then we've got
Another classic.
Yep, made out of wood.
So,
Because in the early days, they were all made out of wood.
exactly, that's where it all started. So, this is a product from UGEARS, actually. We haven't spoken about UGEARS in a while, and we thought today would be a good opportunity, as winter is coming,
Yes.
to look at this kind of products. They're kind of puzzles, really.
They are. I mean, they're really clever because they use laser cutting, and their laser cutting is just spectacular. There's no burn marks. It's all very even, and they've designed it so that it's easy to push the pieces out from the big sheet of plywood that you get, and they've extended it to the point where it's got a lot of mechanical control to it. So this particular one, being the early F1 car, you can actually wind up the latent motor, which is built up of rubber bands, and it's got gearboxes, so you can go forward and reverse, and then it'll actually drive. So you've got a little rubber here for the tyres, which actually
give traction.
Yep. You've got bonnet that sort of opens up like that.
And let's pop on the top camera, actually, so
Yeah,
I can see
okay,
it.
sure. That makes more
There
sense,
you go.
doesn't it? So there you go. There your bonnet's there. You can see here, cracking open. Have a close look inside. You can actually see the pistons and the valves there. Now, when we wind this up, you'll actually see all this moving around because it's controlled via a crankshaft.
Right.
You might be able to just see here. And get that to close in on the seat. So these sort of curvatures are really clever too, because it's just the way that they've been able to laser cut these lines, that concertina, and actually be able to bend to give you those really nice curves. So definitely a lot less boxy than, say, the dinosaur models you used to get from years ago, and they've extended to things like this. So you can see you've got this little belt that helps drive. So you can see it there. And the steering wheel actually operates from here. Pretty clever. And then here we've got a spot for the winder. So this is what we use for cranking over the engine. Okay, so I might give that a go now. I'm not sure if I've got the gearbox in the right way. I can never remember which way this goes. So you can see there's a gear shift there. Now I've got an idea that might need to be in the middle because that might be neutral. Okay, so from the front, you can see the winding part there. Look on the bottom. You see the engines made out of rubber bands, both sides, and then there's a crankshaft down the centre. Alright, and so let's see if I wind this up right. Alright, so I'm going to stick that in there.
Shall I hold it?
You've got to hold it because I don't know what I'm doing here, but that's in.
Yep.
Right, so it's winding up.
No, looking good.
Very ingenuitive piece of puzzle.
It is.
It is.
Alright, it's filling tight now. Alright, let's let that.
So we pull the gear back, isn't it?
I think let's just open up because once that goes, these will start moving.
No, it's not this one.
It's not that one.
Not this one.
No.
I wonder.
Is there like a handbrake type of thing on it?
Don't know. I remember.
Oh, here. I think there's a lock here.
Ah, there is a lock.
All right.
I wonder if.
You ready? I'm gonna push it. There you go. Wow.
That's brilliant.
All right, let's try that again because.
I guess you need to keep that locked to be able to wind it up, otherwise we'll keep running.
Yes.
And this one is to change direction backwards and forwards.
Yes. All right. So you can hear the ratchet working, which is quite clever because that means you don't have to keep this all wound up all the time.
That's right.
All right, let's pull it out.
All right.
Might hold it at this angle so you can sort of get a better idea of seeing the valves and stuff moving. Then, all right, you ready for it?
That's brilliant.
How good's that? And that's all wood. That's amazing.
Wood, yes.
So all you need for this is, when you get them, they come in a pack like that. So flat pack.
So that's a giraffe.
Giraffe.
Giraffe? A horse. Sorry, it looks like a giraffe.
Oh,
it doesn't actually.
The horse is going to get upset with that.
Yeah, I think the horse not happy.
My next not that
I don't know why it came about a giraffe. I think maybe this part here looks like a giraffe, doesn't it?
Yeah, I guess so.
See it. Yeah, cool, thank you.
Yeah.
Anyway, it comes flat pack like this.
Yes.
So, as you can see, there's probably, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 sheets of balsa.
Yes.
And they're all pre-cut, as you can see here. So you need to carefully pop them out.
Yeah, and it's quite clever here. You can see some of these clever joints here because they just press in and they clip into place.
Yeah,
definitely. So you don't really need any glue, although you can glue them if you want them to be a bit more solid.
That's right.
They're very fine without any glue. But a bit of sandpaper, and then for the moving parts, a little bit of wax.
That
helps to lubricate it.
Definitely helps,
Yeah. So UGEARS, I mean, these are fantastic models. They first started off crowdfunding many years ago. And I think they started off with train and then they eventually moved into this. And they have a lot of different things now, even the STEM educational stuff.
They're coming through with some, quite a few new products. As you said, a STEM.
Yep.
And even though other companies have tried to copy them,
yes.
I guess their quality as for engineering and the quality of the build too is far superior to anyone else, really.
Yes.
We have tried a few others. We have Iwa from memory.
Yes, that's right.
I guess the interesting product they make is are the tanks.
Yep.
They're very unique, and also the planetarium.
Yes.
That's quite special. That's a gigantic planetarium that is fully functional.
Yes.
But otherwise, for general products, I think UGEARS it's ahead of everyone really.
Yeah, it's a bit more finesse, isn't it?
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. So
I mean, you just look at some of these details.
let me check the top.
Yep. Check it back. Just the details that they're laser engraved, just on the wheel itself. You know, the tyre detail. Got all these. Oops. Lots of crank there. Okay, so that's the steering mechanism there. I mean, they're very educational.
Yes.
Very clever stuff.
That's really good, and that's UGEARS.
Yes.
So,
and why is it called UGEARS?
do you know that?
Yes.
Oh, you must have done some research before.
That's because they're from the Ukraine.
Aha. Ah. That's
Ukrainian gears.
Ukraine. That makes sense.
That's right.
And the UGEAR name sounds really good, actually.
Yes. Yes. Well, synonymous now, isn't it?
Absolutely. So,
Good
very
stuff.
good. All right. So we have a quick question from Marty here in relation to the HMS colours. I thought Marty, Warwick responded to you on the comments last week, so I thought that was addressed at that point, so we didn't go any further with that. But Marty was asking
the colours for
specifically the closest grey that it could use from the Tamiya acrylic paints range. So I'm sure that you can find out on the spot here. But Warwick was putting some information last week there on the comments. So maybe you pop back to the previous live, you can see the comments.
On YouTube, I think that's where we commented.
Yeah, so you just jump on YouTube, check the previous live, and I think I'm pretty sure Warwick put some notes there.
Okay, sure.
If not there, let us know. Maybe even a private message on Facebook, we can definitely respond to you.
Yeah.
We'll take a moment to, I guess, research it.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right.
So, do we have any guesses on the car meanwhile?
Come on.
It's red.
Come on.
It must be a Mazda.
Mazda?
Mazda are always red.
Mazda Daytona.
Yeah. 24 hours.
No. It's not that.
No. So talking about puzzles, let's move to these other puzzles.
All right.
So.
All right. We got some Ravensburger puzzles in.
Again, we haven't shown much puzzles recently, but last year was probably one of the biggest sellers for us. We were packing puzzles at a dozen at a time.
That's right. Everyone needed a puzzle.
Absolutely.
Thank you to Scott Morrison.
Yep.
Was it Scott Morrison?
I think he made a comment early March when all these things started.
Yes.
And
worked out really well.
Worked out really well, so thank you. And so we just started receiving stock again because since last year was a bit of a struggle to restock.
That's right. Everyone wanted a puzzle.
Definitely.
Tried to make some more.
For the first time, we have some Disney puzzles, which I guess we can all
really
relate to.
Yes.
You know, at some point in our younger life, and when we were kids or so, we went back to Disney movies, which are always a good classic. So we thought to bring it out there. Could be good fun for kids, grandkids.
So this is some really early stuff. I mean, this is from Fantasia.
Absolutely.
So Fantasia, I think we've got Snow White. And Cinderella.
Interesting enough, Cinderella I know, but all the other names for me are different because in growing up in Italy, they had different names.
Oh, did they?
Yes. So
Snow White wasn't white as snow?
Nah.
No?
Nah. So anyhow, so Cinderella was Cenerentola, which is similar enough, but
Right.
they're all different. So
Right.
you have to give me some lessons here on names.
Lessons?
So
Well, this one's Mickey Mouse.
that's Mickey Mouse.
Yes.
That's
Oh,
Topolino.
that wasn't... Oh,
That's
no.
different again.
Oh,
That's like kind of tiny mouse
right.
in Italian
Right.
translated. Yeah, different.
Oh, excellent.
So and then we have this kind of puzzles here, which are they call escape puzzles, which is more like a game in a puzzle. So I'm not too
that's
familiar
right.
with this.
No, it's a bit of a mystery, isn't it?
I know a bit about it for you guys.
Yes.
It's essentially based off of escape rooms,
Yes.
the actual physical in-game puzzles that you do. You have to work out the scenario and escape.
Right.
And I believe this is more like a game version that you can just play as a board game, and it's got the same applications.
Right. Because you're meant to find the clues from the various puzzles within the puzzle to solve it.
Wow. Okay, that's
So
interesting.
I'll be intrigued to see how they actually do that out of a two-dimensional
That's
puzzle.
right. So that's very interesting. So we have a range of those that just arrived this week. So I thought we should definitely have a look at those. We should probably unbox one eventually and do a play night.
What, do it here?
Do it here. We can do it during the live. It could be a long live.
Sure.
So
It's an interesting picture anyway. I mean,
Definitely.
there's a lot to it. So there's obviously
let's see if we can.
quite a lot of...
Oops, here we go.
Yep.
So,
Might spin around this way.
oh yeah, actually. Good
Yeah.
point. Thank you. Oh, that's much better.
So we do that. I mean, there's a bear and all sorts of little bits and pieces. So that must mean something. You got a little rabbit, and the rabbit's probably going to be about to be eaten by the bear, and you got the hog's head over there, and I don't know, there's a bit of ham hanging up there. So there's a little bit of story happening. So it must be he must be a chef.
Possibly.
Oh, do I give it away?
Definitely his house is not very tidy. It's almost like my workshop. I don't have rabbits in my workshop though.
Don't you?
So level 3 is interesting. So we'll do a bit more research, but definitely something to keep us entertained as the weather gets a bit cooler.
Yeah, it's good to get something different.
Definitely. And nice to see evolution into the board games as well, which is definitely becoming still a very big kind of seller in general. So there's many
board
people
games are huge,
do board
aren't they?
games and so forth.
Okay.
Good.
All right. So jigsaw puzzle. So that was new.
That was new. So meanwhile, we had Brett coming online,
Oh, really?
which he doesn't know yet.
Is he ready to help out?
He doesn't know yet, but Brett will have to help us with our project. He's asking if that one may be a Batmobile. So maybe. Let's see if you can keep guessing. But Brett, are you ready to give us a hand on a motor analyzer? Let's see. Let's see if it's there still. We want to run a motor analyzer.
There's a guess on the manufacturer of the car.
Is it a guess
Oh,
on the
come on,
manufacturer?
manufacturer. That's the easiest bit. Come on, you have to have this one.
Looks like a Ferrari badge.
Oh, you're pretty good with that.
That's really good.
Yeah. It is a Ferrari badge.
It is a Ferrari badge,
Yes.
and indeed is a Ferrari.
Yes, it's got a print. It could be a Ferrari badge on a Nissan.
It could be a Ferrari and a Nissan. Definitely not a Mazda, we decided.
No, it wasn't a Mazda, but...
So let's see. So definitely Ferrari for now.
All right,
Very
okay.
good. So we could move to.
What are we doing? Are we
I
getting the
guess-
help of Brett, or are we going to do
I
something
haven't
else?
heard from him yet, so I think
Oh,
we
he's
should
quiet.
pull out the Phantom and all these new paint car bodies.
Oh, how good is that?
So last week
Alright.
we talked about the Phantom. And the Phantom is a traditional paint car, and this week we received quite a few bodies from BITTYDESIGN. So let's pull out the Phantom again.
All right, so we got something like this. Well, it's a bit hard to see, isn't it? These really look like Phantom too, ghost bodies.
So that's is this identical to the original body that you can remember?
It looks very similar, so it's got that very early Can-Am style look.
Yeah.
Open canopy.
Yeah. So, and I guess this is the new interpretation from BITTYDESIGN, which brings it more to a more modern, more performing, actually.
Well, it would be.
Body.
Because the cars these days actually travel a lot faster, so they've
Correct.
changed the realistic dimensions. A bit like some of those really fast-looking slot cars.
That's
you know,
right.
They're mainly just a big wing.
That's
So
right.
that's
So
why it's got the big wing there.
As you can see, originally in the 80s, there was still the idea of making them look like real cars.
Yes.
The drivers. So you had the driver here,
Yep.
like most of the Tamiya's actually.
Yes.
And they do look like more like a real kind of Le Mans type car,
Yes.
isn't it? Something
Yes.
like that.
Yep.
And then today we move to
This
this.
style. Yep.
Okay. So you can see the driver is now hiding in there,
Yep.
and a lot more aerodynamics involved. You can see all these fins here. That's to actually reinforce the.
Well, it is really
body.
stiff, isn't it?
It's very stiff. The wings on the side are really high.
Yep. Yep.
And all is designed to actually be able to cope with much higher speeds. that this car will go to.
Which is perfect because this is a 4-wheel drive, and since we're putting a 2.5 ton motor in it, it's going to fly.
And Flinders Street is going to fly really high.
That's right.
So, and then we have paint car bodies for more realistic looking cars.
Well, this particular one here, we've got this McLaren look.
Definitely.
Which is really cool. Okay, so if we pop that on top.
Look at that.
Look at
Look
that.
at that. That's,
I think that's a winner. That's a winner, isn't it?
That is a winner. So, I think we should have a field of those at the velodrome.
We should.
12 of those at the velodrome, and we could do a run with this body and a run with the traditional body.
We're going to put your Phantom on the velodrome.
Maybe.
Oh.
Maybe. You'll have to come to see.
I'll be there for sure. You won't be able to keep me away.
Are you guys going to take colour requests for this one too?
Colour request.
Colour requests.
And this is another more traditional. I think it's actually more for. I think this body fits more the mini chassis really. But
oh yeah, the wheelbase doesn't quite work, does it?
Quite line up really. So we grabbed them on the way in. I thought that we had another one. So anyway, this will probably fit as well.
Well, it's still an option, isn't it?
It's still definitely an option, really.
Oh, but I reckon this is definitely a winner.
So BJ is going for that.
That's a winner. But I mean, I like that 12 scale too.
So it depends. Yeah, very different style, but this is more like a realistic car. This is going to make a mini McLaren 720.
We'll have to do both, I think.
I think we'll have to paint both, plus the original one. So
how good would that be?
We are taking a request for colours. So one of those three will have to be the original Phantom colours. That's kind of greenish, white green, light green days on the box.
Yep.
And the other one will be up for suggestions. So let's see if anyone has any ideas on what colour we could make, and that could be
so nice.
three different option bodies.
I really like them.
So here are all Lexan bodies. So for those who don't know, most of the cars, the racing bodies, they come clear.
Yep.
Because you can paint them the way you want.
Yes.
And
you paint them from the inside.
Exactly. Generally speaking, you paint them from the inside here.
Yep.
So basic process is you give it a good wash, so it's clean, you don't have any fingerprints.
Yep.
Then you put your window masking, so where you want to have your clear parts, you put some masking tape, effectively.
Yep.
And normally they come pre-cut, so you know exactly which part to mask.
Yes.
And at that point you can start colouring. It can be one colour, if you want to do multiple colours.
One colour's a bit boring.
It's definitely a bit boring. You can use either traditional masking tape and do some stripes, or mask off, for example, the front part, so you do front and back differently, or all kind of different combinations. Or you can use liquid masking.
Yes.
We have a couple of videos on YouTube.
You can do some more complicated things like flames and all sorts of designs.
And then once you're finished, it will be all nice and shiny on this side.
Yeah. So one of the other benefits too is by painting on the inside, you got protection from scratches because it'll scratch the outside rather than take the paint off. And then the clear also acts as a clear coat, so it gives that
very shiny.
Yep.
Very, very shiny.
Really high depth.
Yes. Very, very, very shiny. So, what else? Do we have any question on car bodies? We haven't talked about those much recently.
No, we haven't.
That was a good opportunity as we received a big delivery from BITTYDESIGN this week.
But this is really nice shape.
We had talk about bodies. Yeah, this is definitely good shape. As you see, BITTYDESIGN in the last couple of years have invested a lot in actually designing these body shells with lots of engineering. So as you can see, these cars here, let's pop back on the top camera, there's so much detail. And this detail is to make it look realistic but also functional. So the wheel arches are always a critical spot because as you crash at the front here, this part tends to crack. So they put some extra ribbing, which looks like an air venting.
Yes.
But it does produce much stiffer body. So as you can see, here it's very stiff.
Because normally you'll be cutting across the top here, and this is the flexing point just across there.
That's correct.
Yeah. Same with this one.
Same for this one. So we have this kind of ribbing, which is air venting, which makes it very stiff. And all these geometries here are also designed to reduce the flex that you have at the body. So when you travel at high speed, the wind is gonna kind of make the body deflect, and the front part is gonna lift.
Yes.
If that lifts too much, air goes underneath the car, and your car will fly off.
Yeah.
Like happened to my GT at the first round.
It did.
In the velodrome.
We chopped up the back of it to let the air out, and it was all good.
That was all good again.
Yeah.
So lots of engineering. Keep seeing here all the details. Lots of ribbing, lots of venting. Like the engine opening here. Lot of nice detail up here too.
Yeah, even the hinges here for the doors.
Yes, definitely. Definitely. So lots of thinking, and to swap to this one. We should. There we go. Look at this one.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's really cool.
That's cool.
So even here you got the fuel the fuel caps, all this kind of step down ribbing here.
Good stuff.
Looks like we've already got one colour request for the Phantom.
What's that?
Candy apple red.
Candy apple red.
Oh,
Ooh,
yeah.
That's that good one.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's an option.
Yep.
Let's put it there. Very good. Excellent. Well,
They're good, aren't they?
they are really good. I think we can pack this one here for today.
I mean, there was that time when Tamiya made the best bodies. I mean, you look at these are the same quality.
Absolutely superior. So BITTYDESIGN is manufacturing in Italy. So they're producing some really high quality products in limited quantity. So they're kind of virtually handcrafted, really.
Yeah.
That is obviously vacuum forming, but
Yes.
it's not mass produced in China, Taiwan. They're kind of made in a smaller factory in Italy. There's a guy that put in the Lexan sheets and then vacuum form them, pull them out,
Yep.
chop them up, try again.
It's all about the human element, isn't it?
So yeah, definitely. So
This brings out memories, doesn't it?
this brings some memories as we're talking about pancar bodies. So there's some similarities here.
Well, this one's a little bit bent now.
That's a bit bent. Had some
It had some
moments.
high speed action.
definitely.
Yep.
So that is before and after.
Yes.
But we thought to bring this up as we should be talking a bit about the velodrome
We should be, because we all know the velodrome's coming up, but
coming up very soon.
everyone probably had an idea of some projects,
That's right.
but I think everyone's probably calmed down a bit too much, and we should start thinking about it again and
Definitely.
making some special machines.
We have some good ideas. We haven't started executing either, so
No.
we need a bit of pressure from everyone here
That's right.
to start producing something.
Yes. But this was one of the wacky ideas that Brett came up with.
That was really good fun.
Yep.
And this actually performed really well.
Surprisingly well.
At that speed, so 3S on a Mini, on a 3.5 ton motor, wasn't it?
Was it 3.5?
Or 4.5, something like
Yeah,
that.
something like that.
Something really, really, really fast. Obviously the problem here were the tires, the normal Mini tires would explode, so we managed to find some foam
foamies.
tires.
Yep.
It's pretty difficult to find for, actually let's put a top camera so we can show all this. It's pretty difficult to find some foam tires for the Mini. And he had to cut all this here to make fit this type of body to get a bit more
Yep. So
aerodynamics.
got the shocks poking through the front. So it's a bit of a Frankenstein, but it's a bit of a performance Frankenstein. Let's take this off, because the other thing that's really interesting, let me get this off. Alright, so those who are in the know, if you look at this gear combination here,
It's almost 1-to-1, isn't it?
that's right, you notice that this gigantic pinion here, it's just a little bit smaller than this tiny
Yeah.
spur. And that's how all the speed's happening. The Spur's probably seen some happier days.
Yeah, I think the Spur gear surprisingly ran really well for a couple of races,
Yes.
and I think give in. Then
Yep.
put another one in. And I
Yep.
think he lasted another race or two,
Yep.
and I think it was the end.
Well, as long as it lasts the
3
race
minutes.
duration, it's all
Yes,
good.
That's right. That's right.
But that's what you got to do when you want to go extremely fast. It's held up really well.
So this is really good. So we're looking forward to see this again. So I guess we should be trying to source some more foam tires actually.
Yes. Yes.
So for the Mini. So
Yep.
we'll definitely be back with this one and other cars. I think my GT will need a bit more speed. I
Yes.
think it can handle
Oh, we can do that.
a lot more speed actually.
Because when you're talking about tyres, well, we've got some tyres, haven't we?
Absolutely. Actually, so as we talk about tires, it's a good point. So we actually finally received our GRP delivery. So we can park that car. Talking about velodrome. So we have received a GRP delivery. GRP is really well known to produce some high-end, high-speed capable tires. Really.
Been around for a very long time.
Yeah, GRP
Yep.
is obviously another Italian company, so all this stuff is made in Italy. And they produce tires. They're rated, I think you said, about 180 km an hour or
They
something.
go up to 180, yes.
Yeah. So that's the rating. That means you can probably push them maybe more too,
Yes.
but something could happen.
They might pop.
They might pop. Really.
Yep. But 180 is pretty magnificent speed. So we've got all the tyres here. They all look pretty similar because they are basically the same wheel combinations. Some of the tyre, we've got radials, which have the tread pattern on them. And then there's also slicks. And then within these, we've got all the different compounds. So
So let's jump on the top camera here. So here there's legs and
Yep.
here the radial.
Yep. Now the amazing thing about these particular tyres, I mean, I started using GRPs a while ago, and I was using a very hard compound for speed runs.
Yes.
So that was all very well, as long as you could heat up the tyres.
Yes.
Tried to use the same tyres at the velodrome, and I couldn't get them hot enough to stick properly.
That's right.
So hence why I was spinning out all the time. But you managed to get a set of these in a softer compound.
And it was phenomenal.
Yep.
And interesting is, we're used to the touring car tires and the rubber is really sticky even on the buggies.
Yes.
But this rubber here feels like it feels really hard, and you'd think that this will not actually grip at all. So this is an S3 compound. So S3 is roughly in the middle.
Yep.
They go from S1 to S7,
Yep.
where S1 is the softest, and the S7 is really hard.
Yes.
Now, what happened with this is in my case, I put the car down for probably 10 seconds really and spin the wheels, and it was really warm.
Yep.
And then within a lap, it was grippy, very grippy. And what happened when you finish your round, you can see how soft they become. And you have all the stones
they're all stuck in it.
Like a Formula 1 car, really.
Yes.
And they have also that they start wearing in kind of little waves, if that makes sense. Like the rubber is peeling off. Really like you see on motorbike, MotoGP, when they finish the race, they have the edge, it's kind of like all wavy.
Yes.
I don't know if there is a terminology for that, but that kind of effect really.
Yeah, but the feel is totally different, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, this is the softest compound here.
And it's really hard still.
That's right, it doesn't feel tacky at all.
That's right.
But once it gets to temperature, that's where it
crazy
starts.
hard, crazy soft.
Yeah.
So very interesting the transformation of the rubber from cold to a bit warmer.
Yeah.
So I guess we could start using some warming belts. We actually could have taken some. So Aromax makes some warming belts. So you put it around here. So like the tire warmers you use on your touring car, they're a cab.
Yep.
This car they have a belt.
Yep.
So few things to try, but we have quite a few compounds here.
Yes. Well, in this regard, we're all set with the tyre part of it. And then it's just about getting car set up. So great thing is they use a standard 17mm hex.
That's right.
So these will fit on a lot of the A-scale type cars, even buggies. So if you want to take a buggy down there, just whack these on.
And specifically those, they should fit also all the ARMA infraction and felony, which are these long wheelbase speedrun cars, which is really cool by ARMA.
Yes. And
I don't know if you know that, but they have a handbrake as well.
I didn't know that.
So I didn't know till recently, but they have a servo in the middle of the car.
Right.
I was wondering what's the servo for in the middle of the car, and there's a handbrake. So you can do, you can put your handbrake, drift it, off you go. So it's phenomenal, really.
Classic.
So I'm really looking forward to have a go at one of those. We have a few of those at Hobbyman, they come and go. So
yeah, well, there were a few of those at the velodrome last time.
Definitely a few of those at the velodrome, so I'm sure we'll see a few more. And these tires definitely do work really well on this type of cars, actually.
Yep, good stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, excited about all this.
Cool. So that's GRP.
Yep.
We also received some 5th scale GRP.
Oh, you got some 5th scale too.
We only brought in the off-road GRP for 5th scale.
For the Bahas.
For the Bahas, big chunky stuff.
Yep.
But we're looking at bringing in also the 5th scale for the touring car mini, like the on-road mini kind of cars.
Yep.
So we'll have some of those eventually. So let's bike those, and there's got a couple of questions here, which will probably lead us into the next
cool
discussion too, which is great. So Mars is asking what is the best drift chassis these days? It's
best
a really
drift?
good question.
I guess the highest end drift chassis would be the Yokomo ones that we have here.
Right.
And then they've got a few different configurations depending on how you want the drift.
Yes.
So it's all mainly got to do with weight distribution, like where the motor is, full drive, tool drive.
Absolutely.
But I guess if you choose any of those particular chassis, they'll be all good. They're all designed specifically for drifting, and they drift it very well.
And they're very tunable.
Yes.
So it's like a racing touring car, like we've probably seen the BD10 in the past few lives, and there's so much tuning, so you can definitely get it to drift the way you want.
Yeah.
So that's a good option. Now that's the top of the range. Even though Yoko makes the YD2 in the standard edition, which is about $300, and then they make the YD2 SX3. That
it's
will
got
be
all the
more
bling bits, all the aluminium parts.
That'll be more like close to the $900 to $1,000 plus all the electronics as always.
Yes.
Then you have a good option like T-Magic.
Yes, they work very well as well.
T-Magic makes a really cool car.
Yep, for the price,
For the price, brushed, belt driven. And that's about $400, which is a good starting point.
And that comes ready to run.
Ready to run. I think there's a battery as well. And that's four-wheel drive. And then what else do we have?
These little suckers.
And then we have these ones here that are really
So there's the four-wheel drive KYOSHO Mini Zs.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And that comes with the hard tyres for drifting.
That's right. So these are really good fun. So Mars is asking for four-wheel drive and shaft driven. I think Yakumo also makes the YD4, which I'm pretty sure is shaft driven. I'm not really sure actually, because I don't think it's very utilized anymore. Most of the
would be shaft, I'm pretty sure.
Would be shaft, isn't it? Most of the competition drift cars are rear-wheel drive from what I gather, really.
Yeah, because what that allows for is it gives you amazing turning angles on the front end.
Yes.
So you don't have the drive shaft in the way,
So
and they're basically like flat like this.
Yeah.
So they spin like this.
Yeah, definitely. So I guess if you buy a Yakumo, you can put a brushed, brushless, you can do whatever you want. You get a YD2S chassis, which is the most basic chassis, which is about $300 as a kit. And you can put a basic brushed speed controller and motor. You don't need much power there.
No, that's right.
You just spin around anyway.
Yep.
So let me spell it for you. I'll type it in here for you. It's called Yakumo, and I think Matt can pop a link of the YD2S.
Yeah.
From memory. So Yakumo is a leader in the market. It's made in Japan, and they've got like a huge range of drifting bodies, drifting wheels, virtually everything.
Well, they're very close with the D1 Drift, full-size drift.
That's right.
And from that, obviously, all the fans want a smaller car that drifts properly as well. So they work very hard on getting them to perform very, very well.
Absolutely. So, and as we were saying before, winter is coming, so not be able to drift and play outside, but these things here, they enable you to play inside.
Drift inside.
So, Mini Z.
Mini Z, yep.
So we've been talking about Mini Z for a while now, and it's really good to see this range. So this is Tom collection. Tom has a very extensive collection of kind of any hobby product.
He's got everything he ever made.
Crawlers, speedruns, drag, excavators, trucks of all kind.
Yes.
He just bought a Rasta the other week.
Oh,
and officially for his dad's birthday apparently.
Right.
But I think he wants to play with it.
He'll borrow it.
Yeah. And obviously this one too. So
cool.
And this
so
is
that was
his
latest.
Yes.
His latest acquisition.
This was the latest release. HKS, which was very well received. Obviously, delivery is particularly relevant. And so that was Tom collection. So that's
very cool.
Put this on top. Actually, I don't even know how to put this on.
Oh, just clips. So the two clips there.
Yes.
And they'll just match up. It's probably the other way around.
Maybe I need to put it the right way.
Yep. I think you're putting the bum in the face there.
There we go. I can see this one happening here.
Yep.
Not be.
No? Doesn't agree with you?
Doesn't agree with me. Here we go. I can see this happening now. There we go.
Alright. It's very clever how they've gotten such small cars to work well with a four-wheel drive.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And these are definitely four-wheel drive. So, really good fun. So that's the Mini Z.
Yep.
Cool. So I can see Marlin ready.
Yes. He's got something special to show
Alright,
us.
so let's park these. Let's clear the space here.
Yep.
Marlin can pop in and tell us all about trains. Alright, I'll park this car. Let's see if anyone yet has any idea on what this could be. You know it's a Ferrari? Let's see if we can get a bit more info.
Is there any hints we could get a chat about the car?
Hints? It's red.
It has four wheels.
4 wheels? Made in Italy. So so it's not Japanese. Japanese Ferrari?
Japanese Ferrari?
Don't think it happened.
That's probably more American Ferrari, right?
Be a more reliable Ferrari.
Is it? Oh, yes, true that.
It is very unusual though, so to get the actual make of this, I think you'll be doing very, very well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, okay, so what have you got for us?
So we're going to talk today about the Unitram system.
Oh, that's cool.
From KATO.
Yes.
So this is KATO's Japanese manufacturer of model trains.
Yep.
They do primarily N-gauge because that's what's most popular in Japan.
Yep.
And not just trains, but tram modeling is very, very popular in Japan as well.
Yep.
And this is a starter set to help get you set up with
Yes.
building a street scene with trams running through it. So I
Yep.
thought we'd have a look inside and put it together and see if we can't get it to work.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's go.
We'll put this down.
It'd be good if we could get Plugger on this.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Plugger's gone for a walk and
Hasn't come back yet.
Yeah. So if you ever bump into Plugger on the street, just tell him that we
Return it,
miss
please.
him. Yep, we miss him, and please come back.
We will have to do a wanted sign. How many $1,000?
All over the city. There we go. Very, very snug. The latches on this.
Was it last week we talked about the Shinkansen? Or
It
the
was.
week before?
Yes.
No, be careful, there's a very
Okay,
expensive
so
car
let's
there.
go on the top camera so everyone can see the unboxing of this.
Yep, got it.
Alright, so you got your quite comprehensive instruction booklet.
Yep.
So I'll put that to the side. Oh, thanks, guys.
Oh, this KATO always make their packaging very nice, don't they?
Very neat.
That's what you expect, I guess, from a Japanese manufacturer. Alright, so you got the internal box with all the good bits.
So that's the exciting stuff. We'll have to get to that in just a minute.
Right, okay.
I just want to make sure that we get this big box out of the way.
Yep.
And then this is your box that has all of your plastic bits, and we'll look at that in a minute as well.
Okay. Well, that
Pull
was a
out
bit of a
these.
tease, wasn't it?
Yep.
Half open.
So that you guys don't have to keep supporting this. We'll
Oh,
move
that's
this
alright.
out of the way.
That's our exercise.
Maybe I'll put it down here.
Yep. Yep. Alright, what shall we look at first?
Well, we should look at the big box because
Alright.
I bet the most exciting stuff is in there.
Alright, okay.
So this is a scale 1 to 150. That's what Japanese N gauge is.
Yep.
Plate total size 682 by 620 millimeters.
60
So it's-
by 60 really.
Yeah, so it's pretty small. We'll just open it up. We won't put together the whole thing, but it would be nice to have like a little loop going, or at
Okay,
least have a
sure.
look at it.
Okay, so it's all modular, it's all little plates.
That's right. It looks like things have been somewhat partially assembled too.
Yep.
Because you can sort of see where this would connect into this. It
Yep.
might not be so evident on the camera, but they've done a really nice job printing road detail and sidewalk detail. Don't know how well you can see it. We'll take some out of the plastic. But you have things like little manhole covers and utility covers and bike paths and parking lots.
Yes. Oh.
Oops. Sorry about that.
That's the
Hope it's insured.
It's insured.
no,
Yeah.
yes. No, yeah,
Alright.
it hasn't been sold and
No, race cars can't be insured.
it's been customized too. Okay, so
What's interesting, I mean, you can really see how it's got the individual track pieces
that's
here.
right.
And they've been put together, and then all the scenery parts have been connected to it as well. So you've got the whole tile happening. So is that, it's double-sided? It is double-sided. Okay,
Yeah,
so
I
it's
don't think it's double-sided.
There's two in a packet.
yeah, yeah.
So, yeah.
So you've got two tiles in there.
Yeah.
So actually, it's going to be a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be.
You think we can make it fit on the table here?
Going to crack it.
Well,
I
let's
think
find
we should
out.
try to make it happen.
I'm going to make a circle.
Will we have to possibly move Ferrari?
No, he doesn't move for anyone.
No, that's right. It's parked.
Priority
It's gone,
parking.
it's gone to the shops really.
Because I don't think
Okay.
it'll fit on this parking lot. I mean, that's a bit small for it.
No, it's not the scale.
Oh, okay.
So they have very explicit instructions that when you're holding these pieces when they're together,
Yes.
to not hold it by the track and to hold it by the base.
Oh, so that's where all the stability is.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Interesting.
they don't want you to. And you
Oh,
can
but you
see
can actually
that.
see it all here, can't you?
Yeah.
So you can see here how you've got the scenery part here, and then the actual track components that are being clicked together and screwed together. Okay,
Okay.
so
that's-
we've got this bit. So
It's like putting together a jigsaw puzzle, isn't
yeah,
it?
how's this work? Where's that go?
Well, I would imagine. Because I've noticed that on the corners,
Yeah.
the tracks space out more. Like they become, it's like a broader gap.
Oh,
And I think that's because you have the
You're correct.
catenary poles
yes,
would
yes,
go
yes.
there.
Oh, that makes sense, doesn't it?
And so you've got the trusty old unit joiners.
Yes.
And that's what holds this whole thing together, it looks like. So let's see if...
Oh, that's clever, isn't it?
Oh, look at that.
Oh,
Done. Brilliant. There we go. Got one more piece here. So we do another,
Oh,
can
there.
we?
Yeah.
all right. Let's give it a go. Let's give
Should
the,
be a
the
nice...
clippage.
Yep. Satisfying click. There you
Oh,
go.
there you go. All right. And then this one here. This one's a bit trickier, isn't
now
it?
this is tricky because we have to clip it in both things at once, don't we?
How's that? Is that close enough?
Yep, I think that would
It
be.
should be good.
Got that side.
I think the rubber mat underneath doesn't really help.
No, probably not.
Oh, that's in?
Done. Okay.
Alright.
So all we've got left here are a few bits that I guess in the real set you'll have an extra piece of
Just stretch it out.
here, stretch it out, and then
Yep.
you'll have these extra pieces to fill the middle.
Right.
So
Oh, yeah.
if you stretch it a little bit,
Yes.
you'll have extra
Yep. Okay.
to fill, and
That makes sense.
so you can make a full city. It's actually really nice little system. Bit of parking here.
Yep.
It's nice that they've got the road markings already done because that's
Yes.
something that's quite difficult to detail.
Yep.
Yes.
People
And
who
bike
want to.
paths and things.
Yeah, it would be very specific to like Japanese roadway markings, I think.
Yep.
And they've given us. I thought this was nice,
Yep.
but when you do set this up completely, you can use these as sort of like makeshift little city buildings.
Yep.
And they're actually photographs of buildings produced by KATO that you can buy
Yep.
to populate your layout with. And on the other side, they give you instructions on how to put all of this together,
Okay.
like the do's and the don'ts, how
Yes.
to clean it.
Yep.
It's sort of like a part list of all of the stuff that comes in the box, which
Okay.
is really nice.
Yep.
And then on the other one, it's just
Oh, it's got
really,
different stuff in it.
really cool, yeah. All these neat
So
little
different
buildings.
building there.
And then they give you a little catalog
That's
Right.
brilliant.
of the little people.
I really like the
buildings.
buildings that you can buy extra to put on this.
Yeah, they're good, aren't they?
That's really impressive. If,
Oh,
you, if you
people-
jump on YouTube, you can see some great videos of this full big sets made up with skyscrapers and
Yep.
the full city really.
Yeah, it's nice.
Let's have a look in this box. So we haven't looked at this one yet. I think this has all of the there's the catenaries for the power. I mean,
Yep.
it doesn't pick up power from those, but they go into all of these slots. I would be certain.
I'm guessing you can rig them up.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that
Right.
would take a while to assemble, but that would
Got street lights and everything. Isn't
yeah,
it?
Yes.
street lights.
Oh, well, there's little holes on the actual surfaces here for
Yeah.
taking.
Put all the accessories really.
Yes.
Everything pops in, and then I think this is for tram stops. So you have like window glazing and framework for tram stops.
Yep.
Little barriers and
Yep.
the decal sheet with stickers for the different spots on
Nice.
the tram stop. Little
Oh,
maps.
they've even got the locations.
Yeah,
Yep.
really nice.
That's cool.
Some more bits, and then a very special re-railer and gauge.
Yep.
Because the track's recessed, the roadbed is sort of level with the top of the tracks. It just barely sticks out, so you need a special re-railer for that, which they've kindly given you.
That's nice.
Brilliant.
So I don't think we're going to be able to power it up because none of these pieces have the input for the power. But we can at least put.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Which part would it have it?
it would be one of the ones we haven't used yet.
Must be.
Oh, I found it.
Okay, so
Yep. We just have to
extend it.
widen
Stretch
this a
it
little
out.
bit. If
Yeah,
Oh, no,
let's
happy-
do it.
we
Let's
have
do
to
it.
do that.
Got a controller here, ready to
Alright,
go.
let's give it a go.
If we're going to go that far, might as well
I think
keep going.
just pull.
And I believe the controller is the same one from the last KATO.
Yeah, that's a traditional standard KATO controller. Is there a trick?
Let's have a look. Let's see what the buildings tell us.
Okay. So look, see here. Because the clips are, there's quite a lot of clips. So look. Pretty full on, aren't they? They're locked in pretty deep.
Yeah.
So I haven't.
Is there a little tool for that?
No, there's no little tool, but I'm just looking at this diagram.
Are they twisting it, are they?
Twist motion.
Oh.
Yeah. But they're the standard unijoiners that you would get on all KATO sets.
Oh, maybe I'll leave that to you because you got
Okay.
you got experience with that, haven't you?
Shows the trick.
Yep. Show us, master.
We'll turn it around the right way. Do you mind grabbing the other side and,
Oh,
and
no,
helping me
it's all
flip
good.
it?
I just did this.
Okay. Oh, good. That's a good trick.
Here we go. All right.
Thank you.
Losing some
go.
bits.
while you guys are sorting that out
Yep.
for later, I think we've got a guess on the car.
The car,
I
yeah,
think
alright.
so.
Alright, what car is it?
Here we go.
Good.
Oh,
Right.
Very
I think
gracefully.
Yeah.
excellent.
Carefully, Marlin, open it. That's good.
Alright.
Alright, so let's get some space.
Now these pieces have the power input on the sides. I'm pretty certain that's what they are.
You just said this sucker come off it.
Oh, I'll take that.
That's for that part there.
Yeah. Alright, so what we're doing here, so these are going in between, are they? This goes in here?
What does this one look like?
We need to pop that one off, isn't it?
I will say, as a complete novice, it's a very nice and easy to put together set by the looks of it.
It's very
Well,
intricate.
It's modular.
Mm.
But this is our first time really exploring these, and it's been certainly a long time coming. Oh, that's how
There
it
we go.
clips in. So this it fits completely flush underneath the track.
Oh, I just slide it in, bayonet style.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
That's
that.
it.
Easy.
And then probably comes out
Yeah, that
from
pops
this
out.
with the port here. You can put your
your cap back over it.
Mystery solved.
done.
Oh, you can't put the cap over it.
yeah, I
Hang
think
on.
so.
Let's have a look. Or I think it just comes out that bit
Oh,
there.
that way, yeah, that
Yeah.
makes sense to you.
Yep.
But we'll put the cap back just so that it's safe and sound. Like that.
It's great when we're learning on the go. It's actually looking a lot more impressive now, isn't
I'll
it?
add that cap later.
It's a lot bigger. Alright, let's try and chuck this bit in here. Alright, he's in there.
Click.
It's in there. I'm just drawing up these bits. It's in. You got that. Oh, look at that.
Done.
So
These
it's
all
got
together.
a Mini Trains 009 steam tram,
Cool.
and we'll put this on and see how it goes. Should be on this track here.
Oh, he's going.
So now we know this thing can go really fast because we tried it on Plugger and he actually flew off a couple of times.
If it's a really tall locomotive, it probably won't go around.
So we can accelerate in the straight and then slow down a bit. Actually, now I think we can go on flat stick. That's it. Alright, full speed on.
Oh, he's doing some knots
Fair
now,
enough.
isn't
She's drifting, so we're trying to get the train to drift.
he? Right. No, I'm sorry, he's on rails.
He's on rail, definitely. And on a more serious note, it can go really well when it goes slow too. So this
Yes.
is, as you can see, that's probably more realistic. Look at this.
Yep, get him to crawl along.
There you go. So
Well, that was impressive because we just clicked it together and it's just so smooth already. It's just working faultlessly.
absolutely.
That's great.
So this is a good fun. It's almost like it becomes almost like a Lego. You can build a city.
Yep.
You have your realistic kind of tram.
Yep.
All the road marks.
Yeah.
You can do a lot to this. And obviously we haven't installed all the accessories, all the light poles and power poles and everything else. I'm sure there is a lot that you can do.
It would take a little while. I mean, there's holes to place everything.
That's
Yes.
So
fine.
it's very easy, but it would take a little while to set everything up
Properly.
perfectly.
Yeah.
And then all you need to do is just get figures and vehicles and populate
add
it
it.
with people.
Mm. That's
And,
really nice.
Absolutely. Ooh, it's going to get stuck here probably. No. Look at this.
It runs really nice.
So that's a mini train.
Hmm.
So mini train is a German manufacturer of a narrow gauge, which is 009 locomotives and rolling stock.
That's right.
Specifically. So there we go.
Wow.
Now you can get him to go a bit quicker.
Go,
There we
baby.
That's
Can we
medium
put
speed.
him on this? Oh, we've got him on this one. I was going to skip him
Yeah.
on the center one. It wasn't going to go anywhere.
So
No.
in order to have two trains running,
Yes.
you'd actually need to have two power packs.
Transformers,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah. And they give you an extra cord
Yep.
to plug it in.
Right.
Unless you were to wire this up DCC,
Yep.
Yep.
and then you could just wire it up all the same.
together,
And
yeah.
we'll have to go into more detail one
Yeah,
day
that's
and
right.
Yeah,
explain
yeah.
that.
So very good.
That's cool. I like that.
That's brilliant. So, well, little tram is going to run around. We can almost come to the end of today, but we need to talk about the car.
Oh,
So it looks like, I think it's Rob from memory.
yes. What was it?
Rob is suggesting it's the 308 GTB Turbo.
Oh.
But,
He cheated.
Oh, what do you mean?
no, not cheating. He answered the question.
Yeah, true.
Well, what's the cheating bit?
He used our website.
Well, you know. And yeah, so this is a special Ferrari with the body kit, really, isn't it? It's got a lot of work done on it. Doesn't look like a normal Ferrari.
Well, it was a turbo, so turbo already was quite a unusual thing for a Ferrari.
Yes.
And then I guess this was a press release, you know, like they do a concept car.
Yep.
Just to show it off, and obviously those particular cars are a little bit more wild looking.
That's right. So, very good. So well done, Rob. Thank you. And so this is a brand new release actually from TECNOMODEL. Now the Italian manufacturer doing resin scale cars, specifically 118. They just came in recently. Very, very special. So very well finished as usual. Very good. Let's see if you have any more questions. I think we're coming to the end.
Really?
Any questions about trains at all?
Do you have any train
questions?
questions?
Yeah, since Marlin's here, have you got a train question?
All right, let's give it a minute.
Yep.
I do love that car. I've never seen one like that before.
Yeah, neither.
It does look like a Ferrari that's designed to be more like a stock car, a Daytona kind of racing.
That's right.
Yeah, it's got that sort of wing on it, isn't it?
That big wing at the back, it's definitely...
The big snorkel for sucking in all the air.
That's right. Very good. Cool. So, should we turn this off?
Yep.
Oh, do we have to?
I think you should come nice to a nice, safe stop.
Do you think?
There you go.
Is that a suggestion, an invite?
Or you can have an abrupt stop. Your choice. You're in control.
Yeah, it's a good point. I'm going to do a slow stop and just in front of you here.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, look at this guy. Here you go. This is it.
Excellent.
Done.
Nice driving.
So got a bit of unpacking to do here later. Pop this back.
Alright, that worked out well.
So that was interesting. I really like this set actually.
Yeah, it's
talking
good.
about puzzles today and things to do indoor. This is pretty good actually. Get one of these small sets.
Sort of.
In such a small space, you can actually achieve a lot, really.
Really good.
Definitely.
Always liked the tram systems.
Definitely. So we are actually, I think, expecting some tram salvation from KATO, really. Because we don't actually have a traditional looking tram that can run in here beside our plugger. So, very good.
They do have a set with a tram included that we hope to obtain in the near future. So.
Okay,
Perfect.
cool.
That'll be really good. So, okay. Keenan just jumped online now, so I think he may have some train questions. So let's give it a moment. Keenan, if you want to know anything about trains, this is your time.
That's right. Marlin's on hand.
That's right.
We've got a question from Mars regarding the Ferrari.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
He's asking, is it the same car as the Brawler or is it a different Ferrari?
I guess we need to Google that.
Yeah, we don't know
Can't
that one.
answer that question, unfortunately. But
we should have a closer look at it, actually. Show all the different angles.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's pop this on here.
Because particularly the back end, I mean, it's quite interesting. I mean, I don't quite understand the exhaust pipes on it.
Alright,
Is any exhaust pipes?
So there are in three together. No, two big ones and two small ones, right?
That's right.
And they are even more on the right side than on the left side. They're not even centered.
Yeah, it's asymmetrical.
Asymmetrical. So
yeah. So what's the meaning behind that one?
Let's see if anyone any suggestion. See, they're asymmetrical.
Why they would do that?
Why would you have chunky pre-pipes and little pre-pipes?
That's the most unusual design feature on that car, and I honestly don't have an answer for that.
I guess the exhaust will come straight. Will be like probably a straight exhaust from the engine, really. And they could have a reasoning to different amount of power, different revs, perhaps, or something like that. Could be
different turbos.
Yeah, or
sequential turbos.
Yeah, something like that. I would suspect it will produce a lot of power, really.
Because unfortunately, I can't see a lot in there.
No.
I'd imagine are like, because there's 2 and 2. I'd imagine 2 of those pipes are to one side of the engine.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
Like maybe one is a longer, like header pipes than the other.
Correct.
One.
Yep.
Correct.
Different, isn't it?
Rob said, I believe this is regarding the Ferrari, that it may be a direction on the track or weight distribution. Maybe that's why they do it, to offset.
That's a good point too, actually.
Oh.
Could be. Yeah, so that's the only asymmetrical part. Well, I guess, this is a single seater and the driver is sitting on the left, so the right side is actually lighter.
Yes.
And so perhaps why the pipes are on the right side of the car.
Right, okay.
Exhaust pipes. So that makes real sense. Let's see if you can show inside. You should see the seat.
The overall shape of it's quite different, isn't
Yeah,
it?
definitely. You can see the seat there, and you can see the actual fire extinguisher.
Yep.
On that side.
Well, there's a chrome tank in there too. So what's that for? Is that the NOS?
Could be the NOS.
NOS tank?
Definitely.
NOS and twin turbos?
Whiskey.
Imagine that.
Whiskey.
Isopropyl?
All kind of things. It's
Method.
a velodrome setup. Absolutely right. That is definitely a velodrome setup. Something like that around the velodrome.
Yes.
In some kind of 1/6 scale, 1/8 scale would be quite
awesome.
phenomenal.
It
Yeah.
almost looks the part.
Yeah. So
But we can see how fast it's meant to go because even the rear vision mirrors, they had to tie them down so they
actually,
wouldn't
that's
fly
a
off.
good point. Let's see if we can show this in the camera. So I think you can see.
It's got these wire ties on
a
the...
little bit of fine
mirrors.
wiring here.
Because they're probably going to try to take
They
off.
probably
like this,
take
and
off.
It's like, no, stay in here.
And also have to comment, this red is quite nice. It's a very deep red.
Yes.
It looks really, really nice.
It's a very old school Italian red, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. So brilliant.
And for trains, we do have a question from Keenan.
Yeah.
Yes.
He asked generally if you had a look at any North American model train manufacturers at all. But
Yeah, I'm reading this. Atlas, Atheron, Walters, Boza, Rapido. We actually do stock a little bit of Atlas. We did Atheron in the past. We haven't done it in a little while, but Walters and Boza, I think we have bits and pieces.
When something really special comes along,
Yeah,
we get our hands on it
Definitely,
usually. Yeah, but most of our customers seem to really prefer British and Australian.
That's right.
And being in Victoria, yeah, it's a great focal point for us.
That's right.
Yeah.
So I would say that 5, 6, 7 years ago, the market for American trains was a lot bigger, and as more and more Australian manufacturer came in the market producing Australian trains, I think those American models maybe they have shifted towards the Australian models, and so now there is so much output of new Aussie locomotives and rolling stock, so we saw a decline the Fitzroys in the American stock. Really.
I think it's really fragmented. When you go to model railway exhibitions, you see a lot of you see Japan, you see all over Europe, you see it's predominantly Australian layouts now for clubs, because they can actually now get ready to run locomotives and rolling stock and buildings, which a few decades ago wasn't really a thing. Yeah,
No, that's right.
That's right. So excellent. Yes, and Keenan suggesting Ocision makes some good trains, which is very true. So Ocision is probably, I would say, is almost the largest manufacturer, Australian manufacturer of locomotives and rolling stock.
They have quite a big range.
They do.
Huge. That's right.
It's all very nice stuff.
Absolutely. So very good. Excellent. So Mark's also suggesting we need more Aussie body cars. Are you talking about RC? I think that's a challenge.
It is a challenge. There was a time when there was a lot of Australian type bodies around.
Yeah.
It's got a lot to do with licensing.
That's right.
So there were the properly licensed bodies, and then there were the non-licensed bodies. And a lot of people liked the non-licensed bodies because they had things like Tirana SLRs, and unfortunately because they're unlicensed, they disappeared very quickly.
Yeah.
And then to actually get licensing done correctly, it's very expensive. And unfortunately, I don't think there's enough
Volume.
at the moment for wanting those bodies. In the past there were, because touring cars were very popular,
That's right.
and that sort of drove the market. But now, unfortunately, it's a bit hard to do.
I guess back then, more shops were closed on a Sunday, so you could have car parks to actually play with these cars on Sundays.
Yes.
And today, with 7-day trading, it's very hard to find a place where you actually just go around and drift around with your friends, really.
Yes.
So that's why many have moved to off-road, because off-road, obviously, you can go in a park and
anywhere you want.
And where you want, really. So definitely. So yeah, you still have the VE Ute body. That's interesting. Was that GV body or something?
It would have been, I'd say.
Would have been great bigger. Yeah.
So GV made a lot of those bodies.
Very good.
Good old days.
Definitely. So excellent. So lots of good memories.
For sure.
Very good. Very well. So if there's not more questions, I think we're getting towards the end again.
Wow, that's quick, isn't it?
Now we're in 5 minutes.
Wow. Okay.
So that's pretty good. And we get ready for next week. So we haven't spoken about brushless motors.
No, we'll have to do that next week when Brett's going
Brandon's going to be here. So you didn't want to respond on the chat, but
good
we're waiting for you. Meanwhile, we're going to test run your pan car in Flinders Street, I think, this afternoon. That's the plan. So if you're listening, run.
Doesn't have any springs on the back, but doesn't matter. We'll take it out anyway.
It's going to make some good, nice looking sparks. So
that's right, sparks are
should,
cool.
should be good. But yeah, next week the plan is to play with different brushless motors.
Yes.
And we have a motor tester. And
Yep.
we're also going to put one apart to see what they look like inside.
Yep.
Be good,
Sure.
good exercise, just to do something a bit more practical and different.
Yes.
And last request from Tony, actually, before we close, is
Yes.
asking a tutorial on painting wooden propellers.
Tutorial on painting wooden propellers. Yeah, we can do that.
So you want to make a plastic propeller look
We can do.
wooden, or you want a wooden
Well, I can
propeller
just-
looking plastic?
We've got a propeller that's already been pre-painted from Rob.
That
when
was
he
actually
did
pretty
that.
good from memory.
Wing ones.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we can do that.
Definitely would be a good idea.
So I guess that would cover all kinds of wood effect as well, because he
Yes.
uses the same sort of technique.
Yes, definitely.
It's all about getting the grain.
I'll be very interested on that, actually, how you get to that grain effect.
I think it might be a long one. I'll probably be sitting here and we'll do the overhead camera.
Very good. And we'll
Braden will be there holding onto the camera for
bring
an
you
hour.
lunch at some point and carry on all afternoon.
That'd be great.
Brilliant. All right, everyone, have a good weekend. Again, thank you for joining us today.
That's right.
Follow us on the Facebook page. We've got a couple of posts we're going to do this week in relation to the things we discussed before.
Yes.
It'll be good. Make sure you
Yep.
comment and let us know what we want to see next week.
Yep. And check out YouTube too. We've got a video going out every day on YouTube.
That's right.
Open boxing, a little bit of tutorials and things.
And eventually how to put an effect on
On propellers.
propellers.
That's right.
So it will be probably in the next couple of weeks.
Yep.
And yeah, just comment up and let us know what you think.
Can do.
All right then, everyone. Have a good weekend.
Thank you.
See you later.
Thank you for
See ya.
joining us. Bye-bye.
Bye.